using habanero, chipotle, and green jalapeno peppers. The company has pepper fields at its home base in Louisiana, as well as in Central and South America, using seeds harvested from the Louisiana crop. The company president uses his experienced eye to select the best plants for seed extraction, those with even and early ripening juicy peppers, well-formed layered branches, and healthy damage-free leaves. He marks his selection with the string. Then pickers harvest the peppers and send them to the seed extractor.
Sour bombs,
Peppers are hand-picked
sour
for sauce production as well.
streaming your heads.
To determine which ones are ripe enough, the pickers use what Cajuns call a petite
Both kinds of jawbreakers and sour bombs.
pepper matches the color of the stick. They harvest it. If not, it stays on the plant. It's labor intensive, but ensures only the perfect peppers go into the sauce. Within hours of harvesting, the factory grinds the peppers and mixes them with salt. This creates a mash, which then goes into oak whiskey barrels to ferment and age. Wooden barrels breathe, letting in just enough air for natural yeast growth. The key
I should turn this down, shouldn't I?
But not too much air, which would discolor the mash and produce a metallic flavor. After laying paper on top of the mash,
So yeah, I got candy here, guys. So yeah.
Workers seal the barrels. Then they spread a layer of salt over the top. The barrels now go to the warehouse, where the mash ferments and ages for 3 years. Fermentation releases carbon dioxide gas, which forces liquid out through a vent hole in the top of the barrel. The salt absorbs the liquid and hardens. After the 3-year fermentation and aging period, they break up the salt and open the barrel. What was once pungent and acrid is now aromatic, with a mellow, complex flavor. However, it still needs significant refining. So they pump it into large mixing tanks, add vinegar, then churn for 3 to 4 weeks. That's how long it takes for the vinegar to break down the pepper solids into smaller particles. During that process, the vinegar also takes on the color, flavor, and aroma of the peppers. The sauce requires no cooking whatsoever because the vinegar acts as a natural preservative. The next step is a 2-stage milling process. The first mill extracts the pepper pulp. The second mill removes the seeds. The sauce is now finished. The quality control department analyzes samples from every batch of sauce for viscosity, pH, salt level, and other criteria. Lab technicians also perform taste tests for flavor, clearing their palate in between with crackers and cooling the fiery heat with ice cream bars. Once the batch gets the thumbs up, it's pumped to the bottling line. The company uses glass rather than plastic because glass is a better barrier against oxygen. Oxygen penetration would adversely affect the flavor and color of the sauce. The capping machine twists on a plastic screw cap. Then the bottles travel to the labeler, which adheres the main product label, slips on a decorative neckband, and applies a clear plastic seal over the cap. Hot off the production line and ready to go.
Right now at Home Depot, it's easy to shop and flop for the features you want. Get up to $1,500 off select innovative appliances like LG, exactly how you want them. Shop top brands in-store and online at the Home Depot.
With so much on their plates, busy people rely on shortcuts to help prepare meals. Nowadays, you can stock your pantry with cans of pre-cooked meat, so there's always something on hand to use in sandwiches, stews, stir-fries, and other
Okay,
tasty
Chevy logo.
dishes. This canned meat is meticulously hand-produced by a craft cannery and made in small batches. It contains no artificial ingredients or preservatives, just meat and sea salt. When a shipment of meat arrives at the cannery, the quality control manager records its lot code for tracking purposes. As a food safety precaution, he confirms the temperature of the meat, which must come in between 0 to 39 degrees Fahrenheit. A skilled butcher then inspects the meat and trims off the excess fat. If it's a large piece, the butcher slices it into smaller pieces so that it can pass through the dicing machine. The dicer cuts the meat into 1-inch cubes. At the filling station, aluminum cans circulate around a rotating table. As one worker shovels cubed meat onto the center of the table, others manually fill cans, while simultaneously performing a quality inspection. Workers will discard any cubes that are discolored or too fatty. Next, technicians place a single cube of sea salt in each can filled with meat. This is the only added ingredient. At the next station, workers weigh each can individually and either add or remove meat to reach the required weight. The filled cans now travel on a conveyor belt to the cook room. There, they enter the preheater, which blasts them with steam for 20 seconds. This expels air that's trapped between the cubes of meat. Next, the cans move into the closing machine. The machine compresses the meat to provide sufficient clearance at the top of the can. This headspace creates a vacuum on the can to draw out the remaining air. Then, the device attaches the lid by a process known as double sealing. The process rolls the edges of the lid and can together, forming a rim that provides an airtight seal. It's time to get cooking. A worker lowers the cans into a commercial-sized pressure cooker. Cooking under steam pressure produces the tenderizing effects of slow cooking in a fraction of the time. The meat cooks in its own juices. The cooking temperature varies depending on the type of meat and the can size.